everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing some Perseverance today, it just came on the screen. So part 2, if you didn't know, has literally just been released, as we announced in our Fear Fest the other day. If you tuned in, hopefully you did, because it was exciting, we had some exciting stuff going on there. We're going to be playing part 2 today. We're going to be playing Jack's route just because I am biased and I like the dog and I want to know what happens to the dog. So, therefore, part 2 is going to be Jack. I will be doing Karen's route as well, obviously, because we do stream every Thursday. But for today's stream, we're going to be going through Jack's route. I don't know if we will be able to pick to start off with, depending on the last save, but we shall see, So yeah, let's go, shall we? Obviously age rating, if you're a minor or you don't like scary games, first of all, you shouldn't be here anyway, but second of all, watch out, this gets scary. Okay, so, when you plan a murder, the night is usually your ally. Honest citizens sleep in their beds, only a few to watch. It's easy to fool alarms or security systems. All you need is the right equipment. Spooky. Okay. It's worse with people. There's no room for mistakes here. I think this part was in the demo, but obviously we're going to play through it anyway because it's important and it's relevant to the story. Fortunately, there are sub-caliber ammunitions and silencers. Together, they are no louder than a sneeze. My target is a cold-hearted son of a bitch who is a drug dealer who is directly responsible for the deaths of several good Chicago cops. Indirectly, due to his contaminated meth, rich kids are dying by the dozens. Not that I'm particularly crying for them, but someone high up didn't like it very much. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna kill him? He'd be in for 4 years of legal hell, hundreds of thousands of dollars of lawyers' fees, and no one could guarantee that they would get him out of that shit. But this way, one shot, and there was no more problem. There she is, our main gal, Karen. But we're not gonna play as her today. We'll play a different day as Karen. I made sure he was alone. His lover lay tied up in an apartment he'd bought for his terrorists. Their little nest of love. The wife and kids were in Florida. Vacation. One shot. You know what, I didn't shoot him last time, but just for the chaotic energy, we're gonna shoot this man. Let's do it. Oh, never mind. God damn it, it's jammed. Always at the least opportune moment. All I have left is this knife. The creak of the door. But there shouldn't be anyone here. I checked myself. Paralyzed with fear, I slowly turn my head. Is it gonna be? Oh, that scared me. That catches me off guard every time, I swear. Again, that memory, that damn mansion, I was there again. Events from years ago, vivid as ever. I take another pill. It should help, at least for a while. I have medication for no more than 2 days. Without them, I am powerless. I can't fight off the nightmares. Lately, they've been coming back more often. Same one every time. The cigarette tastes pleasant, but that's due to the air in the Greyville. Fresh, saturated with the smell of resin. Different from what I remember from the save. This is interesting now watching it back and playing part 1, because obviously that car you just heard drive past, I think was Jack, because Jack obviously saw her on the side of the road smoking. I find that really interesting. I don't know about anyone else. A nice change of stuff. Freeway parking lots. Oh, a nice change of stuff for freeway parking lots. A small country town, a runaway girl, and me. If I had to describe myself in one word, it would be hunter. A headhunter for the agency, for the dirty work, which I have plenty of. Just a while ago, I was pursuing a young drug trafficker in Alaska who had driven there all the way from New Mexico. But today, it was determined that a woman named Jane was much more important. What do I know about her? Not much. She escaped from a medical lab. What kind? Strictly confidential, Karen. You don't need to know. Oh, so that is Jane from the first chapter, I believe, the pink-haired woman, who became a zombie, almost killed our dog, and I shot her in the face. So I believe we don't need to worry about Jane anymore, but We're still gonna go after her because Karen doesn't know yet. Anyway, the girl was valuable enough to have a tracking device implanted under her skin. Intriguing. Usually such tests are carried out on people who don't care for living, but do care about extra money. Well, in exchange for a few days, maybe weeks of testing medical preparations, you can get quite a large sum of money. Perfect opportunity for those who have been thrown off track by life, from experiences that usually take junkies, homeless, victims of fate. Usually nobody cares about them, but with her it's different. Not only does she have a tracker, but they also brought me out to track her down. So much trouble for an ex-junkie? Well, I'm not going to be picky, since this is the opportunity to get absolution from my sins. How's it going, Karen? Dave, you shouldn't be here. No, he isn't here. I'm managing quite well. Remember what I taught you? Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. The first rule is always have a plan for every situation. Very good, Miss Stamp. Was that her last name? Stamp? And we never knew, so I guess we're learning more about Karen. And he dissipated. A ghost from the past. An ex-mentor? He wasn't here. It was just my disturbed psyche. What was I supposed to do? He reminded me of the plan. Why? Instantly, Grayville no longer appeals to me, and I still have half a cigarette left. Damn. It was another hallucination. I take deeper breaths of the forest air. It seems that my head is not doing so well. Not a good sign for the rest of the journey. These hallucinations, I can't get rid of them, even though I really, really want to. I reach into the trunk of the locator. In short, the device has several miles of range and shows how close the transmitter is. Just one of the agency's toys. Useful equipment. The buzzing snaps me out of my thoughts about the gadget. I look at the phone. A familiar number. It's them. I better answer. Or maybe. I'm gonna answer it. Why not? Stamp, what is the status? I guess I gotta be honest. No breakthrough. I just got to Grayville. I guess we don't need to remind you how important this mission is. You seem to want to prove that you can still be trusted. Find the girl, secure her, then you will get further instructions. Further instructions? I think I'll be staying in Grayville a little longer than I thought. Do I have everything? Equipment, identities, locator, knife, medication? I should get them refilled before I leave. Planning, Karen. Remember the first rule. With a snap, I bring the locator to display to life. Jane was here somewhere, and she would fall right into my hands soon. There'll be no escape from this. I'm too good. A quick job and back to normalcy at the agency. I will regain my position. I will confirm that Karen's stamp is reliable. I won't disappoint them. No need to waste my time here. I run my finger over the combat knife lying next to me as always. Yes, that's the reason Dave keeps showing up in my head. And his damned rules. A past teacher, a savior. I get lost sometimes in who Dave really was to me. But I know how much I owe him. All my skills, where I am, who I am. Everything. Long training, getting me off the street. Whatever he saw in me, he took the time to make me his copy. Does he regret it? If only I hadn't messed up then. But I guess I tend to mess things up. It's not a good trait. Sadly. The combat knife. The last gift from Dave. We count the hunter's efficiency and the distance between us and the target. Anyone can kill with a rifle and a scope. Those were the words of Dave, the master. The tracker beeps. Jane is somewhere, only a few miles away. I can smell her, like a hound dog. Like a dog. Like the dog we see in the game. I push harder on the gas, down to the bottom. The engine roars louder. The phone is buzzing again. An unknown number, restricted. I have given up this number to anyone. Oh, I haven't given out this number to anyone. I'm sure it's not the agency either. I'ma pick it up. Hello? Karen, you know where you'll end up, girl. In hell. That's where you belong. You can't escape the truth. I know that voice very well. It's the voice of someone I feared most in the world. So much so that I still have marks on my ankles and thighs from failed escape attempts. I peek at the call history. No sign of a strange conversation. Could this possibly be, and I'm just theorizing here, but could this possibly be the obviously, like, she was having nightmares about it. So my theory is that that's the case, and this is the guy, and she didn't kill him, and he's coming back for her. That's my theory. Could be wrong, could be right, we'll see. Oh, Karen. Here we are at the petrol station. Looks oddly familiar, gotta say. I almost reached the location. The tracker shows that Jane is somewhere here, very close. A gas station appears in front of me, neglected. It almost looks like an abandoned one. Dusty and disgustingly dirty. I shudder. The owner had come to terms with the fate of the small town oil supplier a long time ago. He doesn't seem to have much hope for this place. But what's Jane doing here? There is a man standing at the dispenser from a distance. He looks disgusting to me. Greasy hair, sloppy clothes, covered in stains. In one word, disgusting. I think I have an eye for detail, and I absolutely know that book should not be judged by its cover. Hey doll, you got a cigarette? I ran out of mine. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I hesitate, but only for a moment. I give him one of mine. I have less than half left. I don't think I would, personally, because I don't like this man, but you know, it is what it is. We won't judge him. Okay. He inhales, nodding his head. Oh, you're a lifesaver. It's nothing. I'm waiting for the owner, but I don't think I'll see him. What are you doing here, doll? Visiting? I don't want him prying into my business. You got it. I love the mountains. And there's plenty to go around here. At least that's what the guidebook promises. You may be surprising, but I think you won't be bored. Thanks for the cigarette. I'll give it back to you soon. See you later. Close. And he left. Well, what a weird man. He's got a good car. He's totally incompatible with his neglected looks. Maybe I am wrong, but I feel like he doesn't belong here. You got that right. I don't like him at all. What catches my eye from the start are the tribal amulets hanging from the ceiling. Is the owner a lover of local history? That's not a soul in here. I'll have to save my questions for later. No sign of Jane, nor anyone behind the counter. Just a spot for some pretty cash and for shopping if anyone would stop by. I see plenty of ammunition, a weapon on the wall. I can't wait to meet this man. Meanwhile, there is still an unresolved issue on my target. Since Jane isn't here, maybe... There are bathrooms for travelers. Can she be hiding there? I'll have to check it out. Yeah, she's definitely been here. That's for sure. Just judging by this here, you can imagine she's probably been here. Is anyone here? The tracker shows that I'm almost by Jane. I can't stop anyone. I need to sweep the place thoroughly inch by inch. The girl was definitely here. If she's not here now, then she must have left something behind. Perhaps the owner can tell you more when she gets back. Wait, what actually happened here? Is this her blood or some random junkies? No one could have been here except Jane. Jane, what have you done? From the outside comes the hum of an engine. Gravel crunches under the tires. Doors slam audibly. Someone arrived at the station. I only have a moment, but that should be good enough to look around. Maybe I can find something helpful here? The glass on the corner, because that looks suspicious. Crushed glass creaks under my heel. On the floor lies a long splinter from a broken mirror. The tip is smeared in blood. Someone mutilated themselves with this. Maybe it was Jane? She took the tracker out. But why? Could she have ripped out her transmitter? Did she know about the chase? Sink. Because there's blood there. Disgusting. Stinky boogers and bits of hair successfully discouraged me from further investigation, but well, in this job we don't really have a way out. Trying to overcome my repulsion, I carefully dive to the bottom of the sink with my hand wrapped in the tissue. Bingo. A torn piece of skin attached to some oval device. The signed receiver squeaks like crazy. I have Jane's damn tracker in front of me. She ripped out of herself. She knew she would be hunted. There was quite a lot of things in this story that didn't seem to work right from the start, and the agency's graciousness didn't bother to lighten the situation for me. Heck, the mission just got complicated. Heck. The situation went from bad to worse. Jane knows she's being hunted. I have no idea what the girl might be hiding now. What is she so afraid of? So far, 1 point for the little junkie. Not a very optimistic outcome. Hey, what are you doing here? Shit, the small town cop is the last person I was hoping to run into. A bathroom in blood, a transmitter remnant in my hand, a stranger's face in town. Not much played in my favour. I kinda wanna just say it's a bathroom, but I know I'm gonna look suspicious. I'm gonna be snarky and say, how about you? How about you? What about me? The police station is nearby Grayville and is a small town. How can this sleazy shithole to do your business? No kidding. What the sheriff sent me for is my business. He found a girl and it's not your business. That kind of is my business because I'm also here for that reason. Well, Miss Stamp, you're doing great. Another clue fell into your hands all by itself. Yes! I didn't realize that would play in my favor. I was just being snarky. Heck yeah, let's go. There's someone behind the counter. I see movement. I know where Jane is. Just, I may have a chance to accidentally find out something interesting. Alright, I'm going over there. The dude, the man. Who do my eyes see? A big, muscle-bound salesman. Maybe a little younger than me, but does it matter? No, Karen, it does not. No, I'd munch on him if I didn't have to take care of that damn Jane. He smiles at me. That's a good sign. His skin is slightly red, hanging with amulets of probably a family heirloom. Just reminds me of the chiefs I read about when I was a little girl. Hey, how can I help you? You know, I have a question. I'm looking for a girl the sheriff took. Can you tell me how she behaved? Oh yeah, I saw Jill. Well, I don't know who she is to you, but I didn't look good. She couldn't say a word. Drugged, yet conscious enough to snatch the tracker. Interesting. So could it? Maybe she escaped the hospital. I'm trying to think of like what happened in part 1. Interesting. Still under the influence? In a terrible condition. She was shaking. She had saliva in the corners of her mouth, and those eyes. I've never seen them like that. Okay, so she was definitely a zombie when this happened. This sounds like zombie behavior to me. This amulet must mean something. This amulet sort of means something? Honestly, I don't know everything about it myself. Memorabilia from my uncle who ran the station before. Somehow, I just don't have the heart for it. You know, Grayville. It's not New York, I see, but you're here nonetheless. There's a lot to talk about. But enough about me. What are you doing here? I'm just passing through. You know, exploring mountains, trails, fresh air. You don't look like the kind of girl... Although appearances are deceiving. Do you need anything? No thanks. He seems nice and warm. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time today to use it in any meaningful way. Okay. You know, I see you have some interesting guns. Is this all yours? You know a thing or two? Yeah. I wanted to join the police force. Would you like to show me? He hands me a 1/2-inch gun. A solid weapon perfect for taking down an elephant. This man is too trusting in people. Like, she is a stranger and he's like, yeah, you can have a gun. Sure, you can try it out in my shop. Like, this dude, he's too trusting. Unless for precision shooting, the recoil tires the muscle too quickly. I, however, nod my head with appreciation. I see him smiling like a sweet little puppy. I could spank him. Karen, you're on a mission. Slow down, girl. Slow down. Cool stuff. Really sturdy and solid. A gift from my uncle. In fact, I got the whole station from him. It doesn't look very spectacular. Business is going poorly, huh? Grayville is dying, slowly because people are too proud to pack up and leave. And I have family debt. I have to stay. Although, it doesn't make sense, right? None whatsoever, you know. Once the base was built, people thought that jobs would just come back. But since the highway was built, it's been bad. They didn't come back, did they? You can't even clean up there. Those damn eggheads. You know, as I was walking by the station, I saw one. He was driving from here. Strange. So you're saying that there's a scientist there. Why? A military base, white coats, top secret girl? Even after a couple of drinks, they don't run their mouth. Sometimes at night, some trucks go there. and the buses with dark windows. Alright, this is concrete. A secret lab used to secretly deliver people. I'm chasing a girl who escaped from such a facility. I'll give my head that I know from which one. Okay. Well, she's definitely an escapee, alright. I'll thank him. I'm getting ready to leave. I'll stop by here when I get back. Take care. He smiles and raises his hand in goodbye. Okay, well unfortunately from how the ending of the first game went, I don't think Karen is going to see him again. Just a speculation, like, rest in peace. Okay, let's go. I move on, leaving the backward station behind. Dozens of thoughts swirl in my head. I know what to do now. I must find the sheriff's office. It shouldn't be far. I thought they would go faster with this girl, especially after finding her tracker. Now I'm not so sure. Grayville from a distance looks like a shithole. Dreadful, devoid of life. The town is dying, poisoned by the highway. I look at my watch. The hour of the report, I finally have some good news. I stop by the car and light up a cigarette. This'll help. It always helps. I like the transition and animation there, that was cool. This is Stamp reporting. What is the status of the mission? I talked to the station owner. She removed the tracker and the sheriff took her away. I didn't have any problems. Do you need any data about the sheriff? Yeah, go on. I kinda wanna know. What do we have on him? Not much. He moved to Grayville from Santa Monica, California. Willingness to gamble and take high risks and self-esteem. This dude. Interesting though. Potential, dangerous, and prone to corruption. Thanks. Keep us updated. There's no need for further delay. What do I know at this point? It's time to put all the information together. There isn't a lot of it. I know where Jane was a while ago, and that the sheriff took her. Where did he take her? He was to tell me. I'm convinced it won't be that difficult. I was not especially surprised by what I heard about Griffith. I was more impressed that the agency had prepared to dossier him at all. Were they looking for hooks? What's so special about him, or in Grayville in general? I look at the skyline of the town, the jumble of bright dots. I freeze. At night, everything seems different. The shouting, the noise, even outlines, and shapes we know during the day that become different. Strangers. Oh, we're back to here. Interesting. It is as if the night people are intruders who trespass on the land that doesn't belong to them. Into my domain, for I love the darkness. The night is my ally, my friend. We understand each other without any words. What is needed to kill a person? Someone who is a complete stranger, who's never exposed himself to anything. Anyway, not directly. I don't need much. Just a gun, a silencer. Although it's much better to use a knife. It shows more respect for the victim. Does it? I feel like, I don't know, I've never killed anyone, but I guess I don't really have an opinion, but I feel like a gun would be quicker. I feel like a knife would be more painful, but hey, this is how Karen likes to do it, so I'm not gonna judge. But does the drug boss deserve it? Yeah, exactly, just easy, easy. I think not. Bullets are just as good. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Sense. I work on behalf of the agency, so I know that the decision to eliminate is not hasty. However, the benefits were judged to outweigh the potential downsides. It's better to operate outside the system than to allow lengthy defense trial. It's not questioned, the assault on the rule of the law. I'm just following orders. The guy's alone, I took care of that. One shot. Well, we already know what happens, but I'm gonna pull the trigger anyway. Okay, the firing pin snaps dry and misfire. Can I reload before he wakes up? Most likely yes. She's gotta be quick, jeez. The door creaks. I freeze. Who is that? I checked it myself. I turn around slowly. My child. Are you the devil? I don't know, maybe. The child takes a few steps towards me. Yes, child. Hello. I reach for the pills. I can feel my heart shaking. The nightmare came back for a second time on the same day. Karen, get a grip. This is not going to end well. If you keep this up, they're gonna pull you out of the they're gonna put you in the loony bin permanently. Off we go. I get behind the wheel. I feel her eyes on me, like she's looking at me from somewhere. I shudder nervously. The sooner I get out of this hole, the better. Across the street, the wind chases scraps of newspaper. The town looks run down, like Bob's station. Its best years are long behind. Sad, embittered people, empty storefronts, and remnants of those who escaped to a better life. In such places, you either accept a sad, grey future or you leave. Those who stay don't expect much. So is this the lab, I assume? Oh no, okay, it's a parking lot. Thank you for clarifying, game. The building itself doesn't look too bad. Small, one-story buildings, just hundreds, if not thousands in the whole country. The glow from the windows gives its warm hue. I almost smell freshly brewed coffee. That sounds delightful considering the horrible things that are happening in here. I take a deep breath at my lungs. A quick conversation and I'm gone. From a tow truck in the country colours, some drifter pulls away, skinny, in a badly pressed uniform, with gravy stains. Is it business, or is he trying to talk to me? Unfortunately, I'm better on the latter. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Hey, doll, cool car. Did you get lost by any chance? Besides the macho persona, the stench of cheap cologne, yeah, he is definitely hitting on me. And it's cliche. Well, unfortunately, he is not my type. You tell him, Karen. You pop off on this man. Girl power, let's go. You could also ask if I fell from heaven because I look like an angel. Angel, devil, no Karen. Don't think about it. I don't imagine flirting back. No, I'm not gonna flirt back. He weirds me out. Information, stay on the job. I wrinkle my nose and I don't think he even notices. Cheap perfume was really intense. I'm looking for the sheriff. I have a thing. You? For the sheriff? What kind of thing? I don't know, I feel like I can use this to my advantage and I can get information, so. I'm looking for a girl. The sheriff took her from Bob's station. I need to know what happened to her. Yeah, I heard something, but Hal doesn't use the radio much. I don't know why. If so convenient, why do you need her? Alright, go on. It's family. Do you understand? He freezes, wrinkling his forehead. Oh, you have to wait for the sheriff. He'll be here within an hour, maybe sooner. What do you say? Make good use of the time. No, sir. No. Karen has been fledged with enough. Leave her alone. I just told him I was looking for my sister, that I was worried, and he wants a quick groping. For a second, I wanted to give him human emotion. I clap my lips together and get out of the car, passing him, moving aside. He yells something, but I don't listen to him at all. I don't want to fall out of the role and concern sister. Good. There's not a soul inside. Is everyone gone? The secretary's desk is empty, which isn't surprising at this hour. Of course, a pot of coffee and an open door to the sheriff's office. Since no one is going to invite me, I'll do it myself. Guess he won't be angry that I didn't want to wait quietly in the waiting room bench, not if I smile sweetly. I carefully look around the office. The sheriff likes to hunt, but that's obvious for someone who lives in a hole surrounded by woods and carries a gun every day. However, this animal doesn't look very impressive. Rather, it belongs to a sick animal, one that didn't have the strength to run away. Rip into him, Karen. Rip into him. How are you doing, Karen? Heck, Dave. Still checking up on me, huh? Yeah, I'll consult Dave. Why not? I need your help. A lot, maybe. I'm not here. You can only imagine me in your own mind. I am as real as a shadow on the wall. Remember what I taught you, girl? Methodologically, step by step, not the obvious places. What does that mean? You know, Karen. And he disappears. A figment of my stuff with medication. Sorry, a figment of my mind stuff with medication. The pamphlet didn't mention hallucinations. Why does he keep appearing? He'd been giving me a piece for so long. An abundance of demons from the past. The girl, Dave, separately yet connected. The common demominator? I can't read it. Bro. Karen screwed up. Brackets. Oh, denominator. There we go. Big brain. Big brain. Sometimes I wonder if I'm already living out my sentence. Hell is one. Demons are just different. I have much to repent for. Poor Karen. She's a troubled little bean. Okay, I need to focus. As long as I am alone, I'll find out something interesting. No typewriter. Instead, there was a place for a modern computer. Does the sheriff really want to keep up with this modernity? I wonder how that worked out for him. What else do we have here? Okay, well, drawer is an obvious place because that's where people hide stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and assume the drawer would be useful. Oh, never mind. The drawer seems empty, but there is something at the bottom, like a scrap of paper. It's very easy to miss. I'm frozen. This is really something. Ooh. This confirms the agency's words. Corrupt tendencies? Just a bribed cop in a higher level at that. After all, we're not talking about bribe from driving under the influence, but a specific amount. Local law enforcement offers accused a disappointing large sum of money. Tens of thousands of dollars, a small fortune. Why does the sheriff keep incriminating evidence in his desk? The only thing that comes to mind is that some kind of warning. He remembered the slip-up, which he was now going to turn into some success. A place he left and didn't want to return to. Okay, so the whole town is corrupt. Interesting. Yeah, I actually stopped liking Sheriff Griffith. Good. I wouldn't like him either, to be honest. Desktop. I feel like a computer would hide a lot of evidence, so we're gonna go there. What's hidden here? A bottle of whiskey? A pretty good year. I guess the sheriff likes to sip morning duty. Although, no, the cork was intact. Is the bottle waiting for a special occasion? Nearby I find a handful of tokens. I recognize the design of such tokens are given each year of the sobriety at Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. So another thing he's lying about. We really don't like this man. They require perseverance. That's the name of the game. Oh my gosh. They require perseverance, but for addicts, they are a powerful source of pride and inner source of inspiration. What do they mean when combined with a pleasantly humming bottle? Is it a test of character? The sheriff knows his problem after all, and yet he keeps it close at hand. I knew a man who did the same thing, though with cigarettes. He used to say that quitting means nothing unless you try to test your character with the possibility of returning. The sheriff may seem like a gentle uncle, but there is definitely more to him than that. The door creaks. Shit. Busy shifting through the documents, I didn't notice anyone had arrived. I'm scolding myself in my mind. Such distractions can't happen to me again. It can have really dangerous consequences. I turn back to the entrance, fixing my sleeves. Good thing I wasn't sitting with my nose in the sheriff's stuff. I couldn't explain myself for the world. It's her again. Gosh darn Jill. Fooling with our plans. You? Here? Again? Yeah, I'm gonna call him out, why not? Honestly, I had enough of the rude comments. I mean, how much you can... what? The guy at the tow truck kept trying to get at me, in the rudest way possible. The most disgusting. Brock? Just now? Yeah, him. Dirty shirt, food between his teeth, same one. Good. I knew that would work. Girl power. Always works, let's go. In amazement, I watched the girl run out the office. Through the window, I see her catching up to the pickup artist and gesturing something, and I thought she was composed. I wait a while. I feel hungry. I need a cigarette so badly, but I can't make it now. Tough look. Hey, it's the sheriff. I hear footsteps again and the sheriff comes in. A stocky, rubbishy man, whose face might be associated with a gentle uncle. Something in his movement warns me, as if he wasn't who he said he was, pretending to put on a mask. I know how to recognize it because, well, I do it myself, all the time. Now I don't think the conversation will go smoothly at all. Excuse me, do we have an appointment? I don't think so. I need to talk to you. About what, miss? Stamp. Karen Stamp. I feel like if I'm I want to say I'm a private investigator, but like, I feel like there's a whole thing between like police and private investigators where like they'll fight. So I'm like, But at the same time, if I lie to him, I feel like it's not gonna work in my favor. So I'm gonna say I'm a private investigator. Karen, a private investigator. That's one hell of an identity. I work as a private investigator. One of my family hired me to find out her only child. It's very interesting. Lawyers, bloody rich. They weren't particularly interested in her, and she found herself companions. She ran away from rehab. I know she's probably high on something right now, but she's a good girl who should be home. They really want to help her. Well, okay. Anything to confirm that? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we kind of screwed ourselves up with this one, but it's fine. Honestly, Sheriff, you don't have to rely on my word. Sorry, you'll have to rely on my word. I didn't have time to take the power of attorney. You know it's an emergency. Time was of the essence. He doesn't answer, looks out the window for a while. For a moment, the good-natured smile disappears, changed by a grimace. And just when I think the plans have backfired, he speaks up again. Fine, the girl is in the hospital. Finally, something optimistic. Next destination, Grayville Hospital. In the meantime, I'll smoke, because that's the only thing that will help me now. It's getting dark, almost night. I need to find the hospital. There shouldn't be any trouble. I'll just take the girl and disappear. Meanwhile, something's standing and leaning against the hood of my car. There she is again. What does she want? Hey, you. I swear, for everything important in life, this girl is starting to haunt me. What's up? I'm just leaving. Look, Brock told me something completely different, that you really wanted to meet him alone. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. I look around the parking lot, but no sign of a tow truck. Only Jill is left. I don't have time. I don't have time for this pettiness. Karen doesn't mess around, okay? I don't have time, okay? Hey, just answer me. That's my guy. Jeez. Sorry, but your lying fiance or boyfriend is the last of my problems. Take care of it yourself. Tell him, Karen. Tell him. She turns red in the face and reaches for her holster. In my mind, I discourage her from taking the step. I would have to disarm her, bring her down to earth. Unnecessary trouble. I love Karen's facial expression in this, it's my favourite thing. I really don't care that much about publicity. Fortunately, she's not that stupid. She steps back and goes to the police station. Good. Karen don't have time for no trauma. Let's go. I stop the engine. A low, bass murmur, tenderly careless in my ears. I step on the gas. Strange girl. She thought, she should know that her guy is courting anything that moves. It didn't look that the first time. Jane is waiting in the hospital alone. I look at my watch. I think I should call them. I have to smoke anyway. I know what's happening because I played the first part, so I'm going to call because I'm interested to see what's happening as of like right now. I pull to the side of the road, reaching for my cigarette again, one of the last. I would have bought a pack at the station outside of town, but now it's too late for regrets. Yes, Karen, let's see what's going on. This is Stamp. I'm reporting in. What's the status? She's in the hospital. Oh, I don't get to call the hospital, I get to call the boss. Okay, well it's fine. Better keep him updated, I guess. Gotta do a good job. Yeah, everything's under control. Everything's under control. I don't foresee any delays. Agent Stamp, you have a new target. His name is Murphy Lightman, a scientist stationed at the military base in Grayville. Your task is to extract the target. He must be alive. We have a lot of questions. What about Jane? Deliver her to a set location. Our team will take her from there. Murphy is important. Agent Stamp, the previous agent who was set on this mission, has given no sign of life. Spooky. Yeah, who's the other agent? Who did we lose? It's irrelevant at this point. Well, I don't know. He has a family and kids. I think we should know. God damn them. As always, they seem mysterious and low-key. Secrets hide bigger secrets. Yeah, what do we know about Murphy? Murphy. I need more information about him. Head to the research facility at the military base. High IQ. Excellent in crisis situations. Dangerous one, Agent Stamp. Extreme caution advised. Sure, I understand. Copy. I'm on it. I finish my cigarette. The mission. It gets more interesting. A scientist, huh? I wonder what he did to them. He is making zombies in the lab. Ooh. Kidnapping a scientist for the military base? That's high caliber. Why doesn't the agency make it more official? Through government contracts? While he was researching was pretty damn important. Okay. The headlights pull more pieces of the forest road out of the darkness. A pleasant place, perfect for a long vacation. Darkness, peace. Well, funnily enough, that's where our second character, Jack, found himself. Back here. Night, darkness, and that covers and wraps anonymity. Shapes become blurred together. The imagination plays tricks. Not for me. I am perfectly capable of finding my way through the darkness. The judge, jury, and the executioner entered the bar. I thought she was about to tell a joke. And in fact, he was just the first client. People claim that murder victims see their faces before they go to sleep. They cannot fall asleep, tormented by the nightmares. And yet I'm sleeping like a log. Good. Good to hear. The guy looks so innocent. If I didn't know this past, full of kidnapping, extortion. Do it, Karen. I saw the graves of the policemen who ordered to kill. It's time to pass judgment. What if I don't shoot? Yeah, why not? No, I can't. Something's not right here. The door creaks. Is anyone here? But I check. I turn around slowly. There she is again. Are you the devil? The child takes a few steps towards me. Oh no, he's awake. Oh dear. Oh dear. I look at the lying gangster. His eyes are open. Suddenly, everything turns upside down. I'm lying on the ground. Oh, we're slowly finding out more about this story. That's interesting. Again, the meds aren't working as they should. Or perhaps something is much more wrong with me. Well, we're here at the hospital. I can already see the hospital. It looks inconspicuous. But hey, it's Grayville, not Chicago. I think I know this car from somewhere. I check my mirror to see how the lipstick lays on my lips. I love that for her. And as impeccable as ever, Miss Stamp. I love the confidence. We love that for Karen. I see that I'm still relevant, though. I'm still relatively lucky. I'm still relevant. I park in an empty spot and get out. I rub my forehead, feeling terribly tired. Oh, it's Bob again. Nice. Hey, I didn't expect to see you here. But wait, you're here for this girl? Yeah. And has something happened? No, I was just visiting a friend, her husband. Long story. I can listen. Yeah, go on. I have a moment to listen to you. He smiles slightly, as if abashed. No, there's really nothing important to talk about. She's a good friend and feels completely misunderstood. The guy's an ass, although I really kind of like him. Oh, is this Jack's wife he's talking about? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, we're learning more about all the sides of the story. I love that. I wonder if he comforts her in other ways. Well, such a big guy and a willing body. I'm going to get Jane, Bob. Oh, and so I thought, because you probably have some plans. I think he's up to something. Do you have any ideas? Why don't we go to the bar? You probably won't be out of town until morning anyway. Yeah, let's go. Let's have some fun while we're here. You know what? That doesn't sound bad at all. After I blow off the deputy sheriff, I deserve something normal, Bob. Take care of that girl. I'll take a look at the station and meet you at the bar. There's only one town. I'm sure you'll get there. It's sad because I know what happens to Bob because of the first game. Very sad, very sad. Yeah, the plan looks pretty solid. I could use a little reward for the effort. I have to admit that the evening could have ended much worse than embarrassing as in the embrace of that big boy. The lights are on, encouraging people to visit. The hospital. I like such places, like cats, like water. I still have vivid memories of when my parents left me for the rest of the world. I didn't remember them, like through a fog. Instead of in the impersonal figures of the nurse, who was supposed to take care of me are clearly drawn in my head. Then they gave me it to the nuns for safekeeping, and there, let's get back to more important things. I'm not leaving Grayville until I find that egghead. Standard practice in these situations includes nights in a cheap motel and the cholesterol-filled diet at the neighborhood diner. And that's life. The agency. This time I clearly feel that the ground is burning under their feet. First the aborted mission, and Jane, now cleaning up after the slip-up. They are contacting me more than usual. They care deeply, but against me, the military. If something goes wrong, I will be all alone, and no one will admit to me. Speak of the devil, the phone rings again. The agency. Strange. Usually I was the one who had to call and check in at certain times. Deviation from the rules isn't a good sign. That's what I was taught. I just want to always answer because I want to know what's going on. I press the green phone. It's Agent Stamp. Did you get the target? They're asking about Jane. I look up at the hospital building. So close. Maybe I should already take credit. She's actually coming soon. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Not yet. I'm outside the hospital. I estimate that I will have her in 20 or 30 minutes. Agent Stamp, please hurry. We are expected to report as soon as the first target is reached. I understand. Executing. I think I really need to hurry up. Something is very, very wrong here. Why can't I see the whole puzzle? Ooh, let's go. I assume we're gonna get caught up now and everything. It's amazing how many memories something as mundane as a simple set of disinfectants can bring. All it takes is a deep breath. A little helpless girl pushed from the corner to corner. Every person in the lab seems like a monster. Every voice caused fear to rise in my head. I shake myself out of the dazed state. Yes, I am in no danger here today, but still, I'm not going to spend a minute longer in these miserable four walls than I have to. I don't see anyone in my line of sight. Clearly, despite this late hour, visits are still allowed. Everything always depends on the hospital governing board, and that boards listen to the voices of patients. A small town like Grayville has to serve an entire neighborhood. Commuting to the hospital after work may be extended. Anyway, where did the receptionist go? No one behind the counter. The glowing bulb that said emergency can be some indication. Someone urgently needed help. Would I have the chance to sneak into the ward unnoticed? Yeah, but where's Jane? I don't know. Anyway, the door to the ward is guaranteed by a sleeping guard, and you need a key card. Hope extinguishes just as quickly as it appeared. You're stuck, Miss Stamp. What could theoretically help you? The clues are definitely hiding behind the counter. The question is, how long do I have before someone shows up? 5 minutes? Half an hour? Oh, he's back again. Hey girl, remember the 4th rule? It's him again. Why doesn't he keep showing up? Disappear! Go away, Dave. That's what you're best at. And you're not doing so well alone, little one. Leave me alone, you. When I gave you the knife, you accepted the rules. Now you don't have to try. Your rules are the only thing that I can help you. And he's gone. Shit, that shouldn't have happened. How can I trust my own senses and Dave? Why do I care so much about him? After all, I shouldn't, not anyone. I reach behind the counter. What do we have here? What will help me? 3rd rule. Don't skip a single clue. Just how much time do I have? Yeah, a list of patients would be helpful because we'll know where she is from that room. A notebook written in careful, chiseled handwriting. Even though there is a digital admission system, the front desk keeps a separate copy, the traditional one. I wasn't going to complain. For me, it was just a convenience. I quickly flipped through the pages, coming to the last one. The nameless girl, therefore, must have been Jane. She was admitted hours ago. After a set of tests, she landed in an observation room. Top floor, 3rd floor, bingo. Well, let's get going. We gotta go. Computer desktop, sure. All you have to do is move the mouse, and of course, why would accessing a computer that manages the front desk be so easy? The system asks for a password. I would set up an encrypted access myself. I couldn't think that other people are more stupid. It's against the second rule. You're not smarter than anyone else. If you keep that in mind, you'll put a good plan together. Let's go for the basic 1, 2, 3, 4. I cast a longing glance at the monitor, which buzzes quietly. So close yet so far away at the same time. Well, I must look for another way. Okay, never mind then. I thought that was going to be the answer. Natalie's family photo, sure. Oh, look who it is. Interesting. I lift the frame. A beautiful woman. A laughing child by her side clinging to her dad. They look happy. It must be the nurse's family. A peaceful, ideal life. I don't know about that one. I feel the corners of my eyes getting wet. My childhood was not loving and caring parents. It was not ideal vacations. How much I would give to have warm and tender memories instead of the stern, unforgiving sister superior and her ruler. I know that I am not meant for such a home or such life. I buried the hopes for a family of my own a long time ago. How could someone so twisted and above all evil be a role model for others? I couldn't do that to another child. Children. A little girl with a teddy bear. Go away. I look at the picture again. This man. I saw him passing by. I was leaving town just as I was looking for Bob's station. Interesting coincidence. The clatter of heels and grunt. Someone came back, a nurse. She doesn't look happy at all. Hey, what are you doing? What are you looking for? Do you need help? Oh, it's Natalie. Interesting. There she is. Imagine threatening her. I could never do that. Yeah, I'm a private investigator. Yes, I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a girl named Jane. But she probably wasn't able to say anything. How do you know she's here, Great question, nurse. I would love to answer it. Let's go for her parents are worried. I look over at the receptionist. She looks at the counter where she was picked a picture of her daughter. Do you have a family? A child? A daughter? A son? You know what? It's like, you know what it's like to worry about them, right? She doesn't answer, just nods slightly. Her parents are just so worried about her, you know? They have plenty of money. But what if their daughter has fallen into a bad companionship? They paid for her center, but she needs to get there. I would like to see her. It's late. I came from far away. It's my sister. By the way of exception. Oh, who's she? She looks new. Suddenly a girl rushes through the door, out of breath, with her clothes unbuttoned. Oh my. It looks like the receptionist knows the girl because she shakes her head. She sighs loudly. Ellen, what are you doing? I made it. Yes, I knew it was a while after, but I'm here, Natalie. Ellen, you got mixed up again? You know. No, after all, I had tomorrow at 12, not tonight at 8 o'clock. Poor thing. The disarranged girl breezes, becoming sad. Well, I'm gonna go. But any ideas of whose car Brock's pulling away now? Looks expensive and sporty. Is that Karen's car? Oh no. Natalie's eyes wandered to me. I feel a cold sweat trickle down my back. No, that can't be true. I didn't do anything. Now that you're here, stay. At least have a cup of coffee with me, huh? Okay, Natalie, if you insist. I really don't like this man. I don't like him at all. She doesn't look thrilled. That's none of my business. I walk out of the reception area, right under the tow truck. There's Brock leaning nonchalantly on the hood. At the tow truck hangs my beauty. It doesn't look good. And who do I see? Well, Miss Untouchable. I clench my hands into fists. That damn pickup artist. You know, it's not nice to talk about me like that. I just wanted to be friends with you, you know? And you're immediately talking bullshit to Jill. Bullshit? I mean, you're the one who tried to get me. You're just a visitor and you'll be leaving soon anyway. No one has to know about it. And now, I get your car. Go to hell. I don't like him. You know what? Go to hell, country boy. You didn't stand a chance anyway. I'm not that easy. Feisty, cool. I like such dolls, you know? And he winks at me. At this point, I have only one desire. To ram that damn smile down his throat once and for all. Yes, Karen. And I'm not getting my car back, am I? Today? No. Come in the morning. The deposit is only 100. Please give me the keys unless you have time to fix the windshield and replace the paint. I don't like this man at all. I'm standing alone outside a hospital in a strange state. The target is so close, at arm's length, and yet unimaginably far away. I watch Brock with a fake smile drive away with my car. I'm grounded. More than that, I'm in deep shit. I'm running out of medication, and on top of that, I'm about to have a conversation with the agency. I should make a new plan, like Dave taught me. But all I want is a cold beer at the bar. Just how do I get there? The phone buzzes. I feel covered again. I look at the screen, unknown number. So it's not the agency. Should I answer it? Yeah. I press the green button, and I know I will regret it. Stamp, you know what I want. That voice, the nun's cold face, impeccably pressed habit, the ruler of ice-cold eyes. Look in vain for the sympathy in them. I'm gonna not answer. You're the failed tramp stamp. Nothing's going to come of you. You always fail. Not just me. Anyone who is stupid enough to believe in you. You're worthless street trash. That's not very nice. I regret picking up the phone now. That's where you belong. Among the human trash. I freeze. I struggle to swallow my saliva. I don't know what to say. It takes a moment before I snap out of my dazed state. I look at the blank display. An empty call history. Karen, get a grip on yourself. You really don't have much time. I finish my cigarette. I guess I should be more careful about smoking, but on the other hand, I don't think I'll live to see retirement. I stare at the tree line, the lights of Greyville flashing in the distance. The hospital lies off to the side, surrounded by the woods. A down-long walk awaits me, and more likely a motel than a bar. I don't think I have the energy to do any socializing. The door of the hospital opens, and out walks this girl from the front desk, the other nurse. What was her name? Oh yeah, Ellen. She is pretty and beautiful. Though now sad eyes, I want to meet her right away. She's wearing a wig. I can see it from the distance. No hair has that colour, doesn't reflect light like that, nor does it style it like that. But it doesn't matter. I bloody love her hair anyway. She looks at me and smiles uncertainly. Hey, you were out there so fast. This is your car, right? Yeah. Unfortunately it was. Now it's waiting in the police station parking lot. I'm supposed to pick it up in the morning. I sympathise. But hey, at least I'm in front of a pretty pleasant walk into town. Come on, I'll give you a ride. The pretty girl offers a ride. I don't mind. She keeps looking at me. Does she like me too? Well, who did you run into the city in Little Greyville, Karen? So, what are you doing here, pretty stranger? Ooh, there's chemistry. Oh, I think I hit the spot. Pretty stranger? Is that how you flirt with everyone? What fairy tale am I going to tell her? Yeah, let's be mysterious. You know what? You may not believe me, but I'm a private detective under contract. I don't believe it because you don't have a hat or a trench coat. I burst out laughing. She's adorable. It betrayed me, right? By the way, Karen, what is it that you're looking for in a peaceful Greyville? Someone lost a cat or wandered in here? I wish, because it would be so simple. Rich people have all sorts of affiliations, but some can't even raise offspring. I was looking for a girl, Jane, who would hitchhike here in a drug-induced trance, and she isn't in the hospital, and she's in the hospital. I'll be back for her in the morning. She is currently on strong medication. Where I'm taking her, there is a pleasant rehab center for her. Wow, powerful story. Tell me where you want to go, Karen. And what would you suggest, Ellen? She smiles sadly. We only have one motel, so I guess it's there, right? How about in exchange for your help, I buy you a beer? There's also a bar here, right? I don't know if I should. And you, just one beer. You have lovely eyes, you know. She smiles and nods slightly. Oh, wholesome. I love that for them. I remind myself of always waiting for me there. But that'll be a problem Karen will face in the moment. Ooh, do I get to pick between her and Bob? Ooh, interesting. This place looks run down. It's a poor quality place with rusty cars and neglected choppers parked in front of it. Some might call this place atmospheric. but there is nothing romantic about the drunken brawl or a smashed head from the random punch. Newcomers know that you shouldn't be alone in such places. Unless you're Karen Stamp, heck yeah. Ellen disappeared somewhat. I saw her on the phone. Who'd be calling at this hour? I guess it's something important. I glanced at the display to check the time. A missed call. I guess it really is the agency. I missed it. We had such a pleasant conversation in the car. Nothing bad will happen if I call back in the morning with Jane already. A finger hovers over the button. Yeah, I guess we'll call him. We have to be a good agent after all. I press the button. I hear a call tone. Stamp, where have you been? I was busy with the mission. Little lie. Not in any affecting our cooperation. What about Jane? Some complications arose. What kind, Stamp? I still can't get through to the target. I'll do it in the morning. I've made a plan, but it will take some time. Is that all? I lost my car. I'll be honest. I lost my car. Be more specific, Stamp. It was taken by a local deputy sheriff, a terrible asshole. Whatever I do, find out why the sheriff wanted to keep you in town. This is your last chance. I don't see Ellen anywhere. I push the door and the cloud of smoke gets me. The stench of cheap tobacco attacks painfully and pinches my eyes. I can't just feel these questions. What are you doing here, doll? Are you lost? What are you looking for, say girl? I don't feel like dots. I sit down in the narrow counter and order a beer. It was so watered down that I feel like I'm drinking flavoured water. I noticed the gaze of a drifter in camouflage jacket staring at me. A soldier from the base? I guess so. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're playing Perseverance Part 2. All you've missed so far is we're playing as Karen right now. I haven't had the option to switch to Jack. I don't know if that's in the third part or this part. But over on Discord? Oh, I'll put it on Discord next time. I was gonna say I've been sharing it to my socials. I didn't even think about Discord. But yeah, everything that's happened so far is basically we're playing as Karen. We have to track down Jane. Obviously, as we know in the first part of the game, Jane is now a zombie and running loose from the hospital and murdering people. But we don't know that yet because Karen doesn't know that yet. So Karen is trying to find Jane. She went to the hospital, her car got towed by an asshole cop, and now she's in a bar on a date with a girl, but the girl has disappeared. So yeah, and now we're explaining to the agency that we've lost our car, and we're having a drink in the bar. Okay. A soldier from the base? I guess so. It would be good if he gets back to his table. That doesn't seem to be happening. He moves toward me. I can smell the alcohol-saturated breath from a distance. Hey, beautiful. What were you doing here alone? Have all the guys lost their minds in this town? Where's that fucking sheriff deputy and the tow truck? Now the army guy? There's something wrong with him in uniforms. You're talking to me? Why would you... Do you seem something other than pretty girl, little one? Sure. Shall I buy you a beer? Or shall we go straight to my steed? He's instantly suspicious. Every single guy that we've spoken to in this is so suspicious. Like, I don't trust any of them. A night ride is good for the libido, you know. No. Bob is the only, like, okay person in this town. Bob and Ellen are the only non-suspicious people and the people I trust. You have no chance. Crumpled uniform, sweaty armpits, breath so stinky and full of alcohol that it would put a lighter to it, I'd have a dragon. Not my taste. Besides, I have better plans anyway. Honestly, honesty is key, right? The guy nods his head. I assume he doesn't really understand what is about to happen. You really don't have any chance. It's just, I'm leaving tomorrow. It's no big deal. Listen, let's go in peace. Or what? More respect? He points his finger at the uniform. Jeez. Oh, I don't like him at all. You're ridiculous. You know what? You're ridiculous. Not funny, not talkative, not sexy. Just ridiculous. He clenches his hands into fists. There is a mindless rage in his eyes. But he won't throw himself at me here. I know that. He's a little too smart for that. But that's fine. I really don't want to pick a fight here. Yeah? Then come outside with me. We'll talk there, Peach. Oh, he wants to talk without witnesses. How lovely. You must be dreaming. You must be dreaming, dude. Are you high, Corporal? Why don't I report you to the base guard? Really, it's no trouble. And it actually worked. He backed down. Defeated, but not capitulated. I have to keep an eye on him. Who knows what he'll come up with. Another idiot floating away. Oh, the last fool backfired on me because I lost my car. But this guy is from the military base. Base, target, Murphy. Damn it, Karen. And it could have been a little simpler. The access card or whatever they have there. The information about the posts. And you wouldn't even have to go to bed with him. You're complicating everything for yourself. Why? It could go easier. Instead, you didn't know anything. What about your dates? Bob's still not here. If he doesn't show up in the quarter of an hour, he's burned. It's good that he's got his business, his station, but Karen Stamper rarely waits. What about Ellen? She didn't come inside yet, but her car is parked in front of the bar. She was talking. Is she still talking? Maybe I should look for her, but the bar door opens again. And who do my eyes see? Damn Deputy Sheriff. Our eyes meet for a second. He unironically winks at me. Oh hey. Well, you made it. Did that chick catch your eye? Unavailable biatch. Damn. I hate them both. I hate them both so much. He spits in my direction. The bartender yells something, but clearly doesn't want to mess with the soldier, and honestly, I'm not surprised. In the end, he is the customer who will stay. I am the one who will leave. I know something about that. I'll tell you a funny story if you want. I'll just get something to drink. I'm dry as hell. Bartender, 2 large beers. Let me guess, about the Ice Princess? They sit down so I can hear them. Is it on purpose? I doubt it. I feel their gaze on my back though. It's like I'm in the spotlight. Well, boys, praise me. I'm waiting. Look, I want to go out with her too. She had a case with the sheriff, but the old man's rarely at his place. Yeah, today I saw him twice at the base. Well, there you go. And I hit on her politely, and you know me, it's hard for me to resist making a date. I mean, what's a poor girl like her gonna do alone in Grayville? He's cheating on his girlfriend. Stinky man, I don't like him. I don't think they realized I could still hear them. Why was the sheriff at the base? Interesting question. I'll definitely want to know the answer. And Jill probably wasn't around. You just want to help her, of course. She blew you off. She's taunted me and lied to Jill. But get this, they don't teach traffic signs in big cities. No, what are you talking about? The honest truth, she drove up the hospital, parked in a no parking sign, so... And who has her car in the parking lot, huh? The princess had to move on foot. And she was so mouthy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep listening because I feel like you can get more information. Yes, I could get involved now. Take them down a peg, raise them to the ground, and that would probably feel amazing. But they're talking about interesting things, and none of the first rules Agent Stamp learned is the rule of silence. Rule number 2. Keep your mouth shut and let others externalize themselves. Well, she's got a nice body, and now she's sitting all alone with no one. She's probably bored, and she won't say it outright. You know, I could use a break from Hal and Jill. She keeps you on short leash, doesn't she? You know, the sheriff's sitting up there, talking about a civilian doctor, the honcho. It's funny how they have something in common. Maybe they're playing pickup sticks? Because Hal likes petite blondes, that I know. Twice he's gone to the casino across the river. At the reserve? I've always wanted to go there. Expensive whores, and nothing special. He wised up once he got his whole salary in one night. It's good that he makes money on the side, and also lets me, because, you know, money is money, and it's hard for everyone, I know. That chick wasn't trying to bribe you. No, but it would be meaningless anyway. The sheriff forbade it, and he himself ordered to get her legally or not. She has to stay here until the morning. What idiots. Really, it makes me feel unfair to find out about the conspiracy, the conversation of the 2 drunk assholes. I won't apologize for a great opportunity. It gets better and better. The sheriff and the eggheads from the base. I wonder who might be. Karen, do you have any pics? They work together? so he probably knows about me being here. A trap. If you know about it, you can get out of it, or at least not fall deeper. The bartender looks expectantly. The dirty glass showed at the bottom. What would I like? I'm tempted by whiskey, something stronger to drown my thoughts. Just my unfortunate medications. Mixing comes out very, very bad. Is it worth the risk? Look, yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to drink if it's gonna mess with medication, because that will probably make things more complicated in the long run, I assume. He looks at me as if he doesn't understand me, but immediately shrugs his shoulders. It's none of my business. I get a warm bottle. Yeah, what could I expect? That's a wise choice, Karen. Very wise. I already wish I wasn't reckless. Sometimes it's good to give up control and have some fun. Door squeaks. Something new? Or someone new? Yes, Ellen. She looks sad, even depressed. Does she resent me for not going to get her? She doesn't look in my direction. Her eyes are fixed on the floor. She's holding the hem of her blouse in her hand. What's on her mind? She sits down alone. Orders a vodka on rocks. She didn't look like that type. The drinks could get to the bottom of another round. Love that for her. She's a queen. I'm gonna check my Discord in case anything goes wrong with the stream. Okay, we're good. If she wants to be left alone though, I'll wait for Bob. Ellen is clearly avoiding me. At the same time, she's here at the bar. Before I can gather myself and explain the situation, the drunk soldier appears. Oh hey, gorgeous. Are you alone? Looks like you are. What's this about? You could use the company, couldn't you? Listen, I'll buy you a drink right now, and then I'll show you my machine. What do you think? I'd rather be alone. Sorry, I don't feel well. Do something. The little voice in my head tells me. Do something. Save her. Get away from this idiot. But I don't do anything. So, what? Next round's on me, baby? You know, I feel that you could use a real man. No. Ellen shakes her head, but the guy doesn't care. He stands over her, bent over, like a fox over a poor mouse. Yeah, he's about to tear her apart. Yeah, I hope she turns it down. Well, it's settled, baby. You're gonna have to hold on to me tight so you don't fall. After that, probably a motel, huh? Ellen peeks around the room, looking for a rescue, but no one is budging. Brock is sitting against the wall, seemingly indifferent, sinks into his mug. It would be foolish to assume that he would do something against his friend. While such a situation is happening for the first time. Ellen's eyes meet mine. I see a voiceless plea and rescue for help. I turn my head away. I would have to attack Thomas. And that's not an option. I feel bad for Ellen. What are you gonna do, Karen? That's great. The last thing I needed. I feel like the more we grow away from him, or Dave especially, I think the more he'll go away. So I'm gonna try and reject Dave. I think we can just keep ignoring him. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna talk to you, Dave. Why, little one? I know you so well. Go away. Don't torture me anymore, please. Please. He shrugs his shoulders and is gone. Did he listen? I hope so. Otherwise, I completely lose my mind. I take another sip. I clear my head. Damn, Dave. You didn't show up before. Not that often. What could this really mean? One little trip and your nightmares stay with you forever. Some even catch up with you after years and apparently stay. Always right next to you. Only waiting for a good moment to strike, like vultures. Are my remorses that strong? I guess that's what this is all about. My vultures only have eyes for people I've killed or let down. Thanks to them, an unhealed wound can open at any time. It's a shame that's just now. Oh, I don't like... What happened to Bob? What happened to Bob? That's not the Bob I remember. The front door opens. I don't know, I've lost count. Anyway, one more time. In it, a massive silhouette in a checkered shirt appears. Bob! I can see him eyeing me. He smiles for a moment, then becomes tense when he sees Ellen. What is going on? Bob! Hey baby, you're not on duty today? Everything okay? You're not in any trouble, are you? Tackles Thomas with his eyes. Look, dude, I don't know what your problem is, but this girl is with me. Why don't you back off? Ellen, is that true? Hope fills the nurse's eyes. No, I don't want to. He's... I got an idea, buddy. Get out of here and give my friend some privacy, will you? Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Oh, what friend? It's gonna be nasty. We don't want it to be like that. I see Brooke get up under the wall. He hiccups and slams his mug on the counter. Bob, did you crawl out of your hole? Get the fuck out, will you? One already turned you down, loser. Get back to Jill before she kicks you all for good. You tell him, Bob. What a king. And Rob is the only guy I trust here. Brock, his radio comes to life. Someone is calling him to the station. That leaves Thomas alone, who suddenly shrinks. Where were we, sucker? Will you go away? Hey, you tell him, Bob. Thomas, pale and unsure, leaves. And Bob sits down at the bar and orders a beer. I guess I should say something, but my phone rings again. An unknown number. I'm not going to answer it this time. I don't have to. I will. The phone muted. Lands in my pocket. This is how I fool my subconscious? I don't know, but it's worth a try. I take another sip. The chances of a threesome are slim, but your sense of humour, Karen. Oh, Karen. My. I guess I have to choose who to talk to. Is this gonna be a choice of who I go for? Because, like, I like Ellen, but at the same time, I know that, judging from the last chapter, Bob dies, so I kind of want to know what happens there. So I'm gonna go for Bob, I think. I sit down next to Bob. He looks quite satisfied with his life. That's a pretty good sign. It might be really nice. You got in, and I was losing hope. You know how it is. You get a client, you have to stay. But I made it. What's new with you? Did you find her? I got rid of that asshole. Are you talking about Brock? Him too. But now about this soldier, the guy in the uniform you kicked out. Extremely pushy. Seems like you don't have good luck with guys today. Oh shit, No, Bob, you're okay. I wink at him, letting him know that I have nothing against him. I look back at Ellen. She looks even sadder than before. She keeps looking at me and Bob. I gave her hope after all. I could still go to her. Yeah, I'll go to Ellen. I kind of want to make sure they're both okay. Bob, please don't be offended, but I need to talk to Ellen. Oh, okay, sure. Do you two know each other? Yeah, she gave me a ride. Bob looked disappointed. Well, he asked me out. We found the time to change up in the shower. Oh, I feel bad on Bob now. Bob looked disappointed. When he asked me out, he found... Oh, wait, no, I've already done that. This speaks well of him. But today will be different, because I think Ellen needs me more. Or do I need her? Bob leaves the bar. I take a mug. Hey. Why are you so sad? Listen, you look very sad. Why? It's because of that soldier. You're twisting things, my dear. You were already worried when you came in. Why? I ordered her a beer. She takes it and sighs heavily. Are you sure you want to listen to this? Yes, obviously. Yes. Whatever it is, I'll help her. Or at least she'll lay it on me. She seems to need it really badly. You know, I had cancer after my last chemo. It seems to be okay, but the doctor called. Even in conversation with your doctor are not the most pleasant. Somehow the good news can wait until the morning, but the bad ones never. I feel so sorry for you. No, don't do this. Not you. She reacted very vigorously. I'm not at all sure why. She clenches her hands into fists and shakes her head. She takes a big swig of beer. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Everybody takes pity, you know. Poor little Ellen, so clumsy. She has cancer. Either way, they take pity. And no, not all like this one. Or like this one. This. The idiot in the uniform? Yeah, they use people. Just don't be like that guy, okay? Or just leave me alone. I kind of want to go for a walk. You know, it's gotten a little stuffy in here. Maybe you want to take a walk? You mean right now? Where? I don't know. Outside? Get a breath of fresh air? She nods, clearly pleased. I think we both know what's going to happen today. and that's only because we both want it. I reach for a cigarette, the last one. Maybe it's better to wait. I want to drive her home, but she asked me to stay, and I'm fine with that. I invite Ellen to the motel. She agrees and snuggles into me. She smells beautiful. Makes me think of spring, of peace. We finally get out of town into the fresh air. I'm taking her keys. She won't drive in the state. I steal a kiss and we head to the motel. Aww, I love that for them. My hand wanders to her thigh, and it can stay that way. They're gonna get in a relationship. How lovely. You can come in. I can come in, right? Yeah. Sure, Ellen. It will. She snuggles into me, pressing her face to my chest. I know, Karen, I know. You don't think I'm easy, slutty? No, not at all. Besides, I wouldn't be any better myself, would I? I shake my head and we walk inside. Yes, she's in town. She stayed, as we agreed. Where? With who? My man is following her. Remember? You're part of the deal. Don't answer a question with a question, Hal. She's with the local nurse. She's a sweet girl, but she's a failure. They're at the motel. Like I said, my man is keeping an eye on them. Can he be trusted, Hal? He wants to take my chair, but he will do anything I say. To some extent, yes, and they'll be redundant. And you're part of the deal? I'll get you that endorsement. Wait until fall, until the election. They're definitely throwing this. Something's going on here. You're really beautiful, you know. She stresses, and I can feel it. Don't worry, anything, little one. I won't be awkward, I promise. This is wholesome. I'm happy for them, at least for now. So, do you do this a lot, Karen? Do you often have girls like me? I don't want to like change the subject, so like I don't know. I think I'll compliment her. You're wonderful, you know. Let me focus on this. I don't want you to think badly of me, you know. I promise I won't. Oh, I love that for them. Very wholesome. I kiss her passionately. She submits willingly. Love that for them. Very wholesome. I hug her tightly, and then I toss her in the bed. I'm not gentle, but she doesn't expect it either. I caress her, touching and kissing the way I want to. In life and in bed, I am always on top. We melt into a long, passionate and tender self. I see her eyes run away, and hear her moan. She is alive, so pleasantly mine. Finally, I sink into the mangled bedding. Ellen falls asleep and snuggles against me. Time for my last cigarette. I dress rapidly. I go out and get some fresh air. I reach for my lighter and see something that shouldn't be there. A tow truck from the sheriff's office. And someone who's behind the wheel. He looks like he's falling asleep. I'm gonna be casual. Take it easy, Karen. Just take it easy. What are you doing here? I knock on the window. Brock raises his head. He wasn't expecting me. Damn. Can you kindly explain yourself? It's not like that. Before he can say anything else, I hear the roar of an engine and the screeching of the brakes. I turn around slowly. Great, another police car, and she. Because who else would be here? Oh, I hate Jill so much. Listen, you two have relationship problems you need to work out, and Karen is not going to be a part of this, okay? Jill's face is drawn. She's pissed, which I understand well. Well, this is her. Why is her guy not sleeping at home and sitting under the motel where the newcomer is spending the night? And it's the one that rejected him. What are you doing here, huh? You were supposed to come back, Sheriff. And her? It's out of my mind. How stupid I was. I should lock you up, moron. Already at Bob's station. I kinda wanna say that, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Take that idiot and fuck off. I don't have other things on my mind. I'm going to... And you better watch him. He came here by himself, and I'm going back. I got someone in my room, you know? Yeah, sure. Look around the parking lot. See the nurse's little car? Who do you think she's with? So what is he doing? Well, I don't know. Figure it out for yourself, okay? She gets in the car, red and pissed. Well, tough luck. It's none of my business. Thank you, Karen. You tell them you don't have time to deal with this. Although, the whole thing is oddly suspicious. I have to buy a new pack of cigarettes in the morning. And I think I know what I should do the next day. Pay a visit to the military base. Just how do I get there? I have a few hours to figure it out. The first major mission from the agency. An opportunity to prove myself. Rather to prove that this long training, the pile of memory that was put into me, was not in vain. Fortunately, I know how much I'm worth. Time for a baptism of fire. Who do I get to remove? No one special, as it may seem. A drug baron, important in Chicago, but as far as leaderships of the Mexican cartels. But far from leadership of Mexican cartels. Although he tried to rule with a firm hand in the Windy City, asleep, he looks almost sweet. People have something about them that makes them look disarming when they sleep. So I get to pick again. Defense mechanism? No matter how the cold barrel lands against his temple. Well, we know that the trigger doesn't work, so I'm just gonna not shoot again. I'm too weak. I have a knife, but a gun to kill someone in their sleep. I shouldn't have such dilemmas. Suddenly I hear footsteps, but that's impossible because I made sure no one was here. She's here? Are you the devil? The child takes a few steps towards me. I glance at the lying gangster. And he's awake. His eyes are open. Suddenly everything turns upside down. I'm lying on the ground. We scramble, fighting over my gun. A shot fired. I sit on the ground, against the wall of the parking lot. I can hear her, my heart shuffling as it wants to burst out of my chest. I know this damn nightmare, remorse, will get me someday. End him? That'll be easy. Gun to my temple, pull the trigger. But not today. I go back to Ellen, scared, sweaty, and nervous. I hug her and fall asleep. She's so warm and pleasant. I wake up first. She's still asleep. Even better, I spare us both an unpleasant and strange conversation. Get dressed, leave, get the car, back, and then Jane. I'll try and investigate the sheriff about his relationship with Murphy and the military base. They don't know that I know they know. Ha, a real puzzle. I can't resist. I kiss Ellen goodbye. I don't think we'll see each other again. And I leave. I reach for a cigarette, but I smoked the last one yesterday. Damn it. Hey, it's you. Oh, it's him again, okay. You know what, considering everyone else that, we've dealt with, he doesn't seem as bad now. I raise my eyes. The guy from yesterday from the gas station. He holds up a pack of cigarettes. I told you I gave it back, didn't I? I nod and then take one, inhale with relish. My lungs damn needed it. What are you doing here? Try and guess? What do I really know about him? Guy with a good car, a bit scruffy, clearly interested in me. Maybe he's a scientist, or the scientist that we're looking for, because he has a good car, meaning he has a lot of money, meaning he has a good job, and a good job in this town would be a scientist. So I think maybe he's the target, perhaps? With military plates. Damn, I didn't figure that out before. I have to say something. Okay, yeah. Don't tell me you're following me. I've had enough of strange people for one day. What if I am? I'm frozen. What kind of weird game is this? Silly joke. Maybe it's not. Who are you? Who are you really, huh? I'm sure you didn't meet me by accident. Of course not. Miss Stamp. How about Agent Stamp? Sorry, I got lost in all the terminology sometimes. Where did you get that from? I can feel my head starting to get heavy. The world is spinning. Okay, so he is the target. I knew it. I have a feeling he was. Okay. You're about to find out everything. Or not. We'll see. Oh no. Oh dear. I take it back. He's definitely worse than the people we dealt with before. I'm barely making contact at all. I know he's trying me up, touching me where he wants, drooling. I land in the back seat of a sedan. And nothing. Emptiness. Darkness. Karen. What am I doing here? How did I get here? A cigarette. Murphy. Well, now it's all clear. Somehow it makes sense. Much more sense. Shapes swirl in my head, names, voices, everything vague, unclear. I lose myself. Again, I see faces of those I've killed, and most of all hair. She looks at me in her eyes. I see emptiness, a bottomless pit. Are you the devil? Will she always be with me? Will she never let me go? If I were her... Rookie, initiation, first task, the rite of passage, especially important in the content. Yeah, it escalated really, really fast. I can catch you up if you want. So, since the bar, we went back to the motel with Ellen. Ellen is a nurse that works at the hospital where Jane, our target, is. So we went to the motel with Ellen. Ellen and Karen got a little bit spicy. They had a moment, and they slept together. And all of a sudden, Karen goes out for a cigarette. Obviously, she doesn't have a cigarette. So the guy from the gas station, who turns out to be our new target, has now kidnapped Karen and put her in the back of a car. And now she is having flashbacks to like the same scenario that we've been like looking at over and over again. So yeah, it escalated very fast, and I know I love this game so much. Like, visual novels are so interesting. Like, chef's kiss, I love it. Especially important in the context of further work. Will I pass the ritual, prove myself trustworthy, or lose everything? I could wonder, I could speculate, but here it will become clear. In a few moments, there will be no turning back. We'll see how much Karen's stamp is all worth. I've reached the place, an expensive, very expensive house. And as they say, the first million has to be stolen. Execution. It's usually associated with mafia feuds. In this case, it was an order given by the agency, which has ties to the government and the military. They work where ordinary methods can be unreliable. My task? Very simple. A short job that will take maybe a quarter of an hour. Eliminate the man who laughs in the face of justice. He sleeps, unaware of the fate that awaits him. I'm gonna not pull the trigger again. I'm gonna just read this. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I haven't really paid much attention to this game, but I streamed part 1 the other night because I was like, oh, this looks interesting, I'll give it a go. But like, I'm so hooked on it. Like, I don't know if it's because it reminds me of, like, you know, Telltale games where, you know, you can pick different choices and that affects the story outcome. Like, I noticed that because I didn't like flirt with the guy at the bar who was in the military, like if I was to flirt with him, then I could have got easier access to the military base and probably have gotten answers already, but I didn't think about that. And because I declined him, like most people would, to be fair, obviously I missed out on that information. So like, all of your actions have consequences too, which I find really interesting. So like, yeah, I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. The cold barrel against his temple. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot again because I know that if you choose to shoot because I chose like 2 times, then it's not going to do anything and it's going to wake him up. And I don't think it's going to change the outcome, to be honest, because it's a flashback. So yeah. In terms of like the people I hate the most, it's probably the military guy is number 1. Actually, I think Brock might be number 1 because he has wronged us the most. The military guy wronged us 1 time, but Brock has just been a constant line of annoyance throughout this entire thing. Like, you know, we said no to him and he was like, I'm gonna take your car, I don't care, no woman rejects me. And he cheats on his wife/girlfriend, so, you know, instantly terrible guy. But yeah, everyone here is sus. I'm not suspicious of Ellen. I'm not suspicious of Bob. I know what happens to Bob anyway because we saw what happened at the end of the first game, so I'm not suspicious of him. Natalie is fine. Jack is also not suspicious. Everyone else from the town, suspicious. I don't trust them at all. Something is not right. Something is wrong. I'm supposed to trust my instincts, as Dave taught me, and it tells me there's something wrong. Suddenly I hear footsteps, but that's impossible because I made sure no one was here. She is again. Are you the devil? The The child makes a few steps towards me. I look at the blind gangster, and he's awake. Whoa. His eyes are open. Suddenly everything turns upside down. I'm lying on the ground. We scramble, fighting over my gun. A shot is fired. I don't know who pulled the trigger, me or him. Does it even matter? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, that's what happened! Oh, that's not good! Oh, this escalated very quickly. Oh dear. Oh no, Karen. This is not good. The child falls dead. The bullet has pierced her stomach. I don't have to be a doctor or pass judgment. No chance of rescue. Are you the devil? Are you the devil? The word freezes. Karen. I regain my senses momentarily and snatch the gun and aim at the gangster again. But he's not looking at me. He is kneeling by his child. Well, this took a turn for the worse, didn't it? Oh my god. Pull the trigger. A quiet cough. I love this camera angle, it's so funny. All I have to do is fake the scene, make it look innocent, suicide. A drug dealer overdosed on his own product and killed a child, and then crazed with despair, shot himself in the temple. Simple story, perfect for a newspaper, but clean. I report the task completed, with problems, but I confirm the elimination of the target. The top is satisfied. The initiation went well. I know I have failed, but I still face the most important of all conversations. Interesting. Well, we know a little bit more about the story now. Dave, he was supposed to be here, but as luck would have it, he doesn't show up. He could use his advice. He was so willing to give it. I curse in my mind, struggling like a fish out of water. Shit, he tied me up as well. My head explodes with pain, terrible and hard to explain. Mixing my damn meds and drugs from Murphy isn't going to work out good for me. I keep drifting off, unable to focus on anything. Damn, I hate losing my mind. We're driving through the woods. The guy is humming something, singing. I won't talk to him, even without the unfortunate gag. I know where we're going to the base. Just why? What awaits me there? Jane was just the bait to keep me in town. He knew where I was from the beginning. He controlled my steps. Already from the entrance to town, from Bob's station, he had control over me. He must have had a great time watching me, like a fat cat watching a helpless mouse. It's time to make sure that the rodent can fight. Just hold still, little girl. We'll be home soon. Well. Don't worry about anything. Just be polite. We'll talk later. I see you really want to talk. You must have a lot to tell me, huh? For sure it will be a memorable story. I can't wait to hear it already. You meet someone. I'm so glad you won't be alone. Oh, you'll meet someone. I'm so glad you won't be alone. I'm frozen when I hear his laughter, wretched, combined with the chills that still runs through me. I feel like I'm in hell. A familiar voice. I can't see much because of my position, but I can still listen. I think that's going to work out for me. Hey friend, I'm back now. Oh, it's him again. Oh, they're all connected and they're all equally as terrible as each other. I hate them so much. This early doctor? Is there something more in the sea? It looks like... He doesn't finish, but I can hear that he's heavily surprised. No, my friend. This is my business. Important and secret. Can I count on your discretion? Please. Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, like, it's great that part 1's free now because, like, obviously, like, if you go into part 2, you don't necessarily need part 1 by the looks of things, but, like, what I've noticed is when you play part 2 again, there's lots of references to part 1 that make sense. Like, obviously, Jack from part 1, his wife works in the hospital. Bob, you meet at the hospital, who says he's visiting a friend who's having marriage problems, and obviously that is referring to Bob and everyone else from the first one, so it's all connected and it's pretty interesting. So, like, it's nice that they made the first part free because obviously it's provided more insight into the story. I think it's good as well because, like, part 1 being free means that it will, like, invest people in the story a bit more, so they'll know that part 2 and 3 are really good, as we can see here. Therefore they will buy part 2 and 3 because they want to know what happens. Please, Thomas. I know I've been exceptionally rude, but prove yourself now. But this is against all my regulations. You can't bring people into military bases like that. Didn't I see her? Oh, never mind. Sure, Doc. Ah, another consequence of my actions. So maybe if I was nice to him and I flirted back, then he would free me, or at least be a little bit nicer to me. I think maybe. I don't know. Well, I made a mistake either way. I did the right thing by rejecting him, but I made a mistake. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I enjoy playing it because, like, for me, I don't really play like fast-paced shooter games much, so I really enjoy just kind of like sitting and relaxing and reading stuff. It's kind of like a wholesome little story time for stream, but the wholesome story is a horror story about zombies. Like, it's kind of like that, and like, you know, because it's late at night, everyone can get all cozy in bed or on their couch, and they can just sit and listen to this scary novel about zombies. It's great, I love it. Didn't I see it? Oh wait, no, I've read this. Attaboy, I will definitely remember who to praise at the Major Axelrod. Oh no. Damn idiot. Anyway, how did he get here so fast? I thought he had a longer pass. Maybe they take a looser approach to discipline issues. Never mind. The plan, Karen. Dave. What would Dave do? Focus. Thoughts tangle. Flee Murphy. Murphy's laughter blends with the roar of the engine. I fall asleep again. Noises from outside arrives in the filtered through cotton wool. Oh, lovely. Oh, everything's happening all at once here. Oh dear. Oh no. I had a very simple task. Deliver stuff to Fred, take the cash, and disappear. Who is this? Are we gonna find out a whole new character in part 3 now? Interesting. I could also flirt, maybe hook up with someone, make some extra cash. Could come in handy. Oh, is this? Oh, maybe this is little Karen. This is baby Karen. Maybe that's my theory. I tried to avoid that, though these people were among the pleasant ones. A bar full of those who make a living out of the system, a pretty good one at that. I barely had time to sit down when the doorway and a guy appeared completely out of step with the scene. Well dressed, but at the same time average. Oh, is this Dave? Oh, I think, okay, I know what's happening now. So this is Karen, and this is Dave, the guy she keeps seeing, and it must be like the part where Dave takes Karen in, kind of thing. Oh yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Like, I appreciate you joining. Yeah, next time, I didn't even think about the Discord, so next time I'll put it in the Discord when I'm live. Maybe we could make like a live announcement or something like that on the Discord. I could try and make it so like every time I'm live it pings a notification. But yeah, I usually do every Thursday, so feel free to tune in again. Thank you for joining. Bye 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 bye. Those are the kind of people I was afraid of. In a few moments, he turned to a bar. Yes, okay, I'll try and start a Discord bot maybe that notifies, because I know that on Twitter, thank you. Yeah, on Twitter you can do it, so I'll figure something out for Discord. But yeah, thank you. Bye. In a few moments, he turned the bar of mobsters into a cooling pile of corpses. With a slow step, he moved towards me. I watched the barrel he held in his hand grow. In an instant, I went from being a pretty chatty girl with a familiar street life to being a little kid again. I didn't want to die so badly. The heated barrel landed on my forehead. One more time, little one. I can't. Once again. He didn't kill me. Then he smiled and told me to follow him. He bought some decent dinner and gave me something much better himself. His teaching and advice. He became a mentor, someone I could trust implicitly. He showed me the code and offered me the path that he himself walked, a path not everyone can walk. Why was I chosen? He never told me that. He thought he spared me because of his own beliefs preventing him from killing someone innocent. I was the only survivor, out of a dozen people. Dave was not human, not when it came to combat exercises. He wanted to improve me. He tormented me with these exercises, with his teachings. I became more than a messy street girl I used to be. I couldn't always stand it. He pushed me to my limits, believing that this was the only way that I could develop myself. Really, I can't do it. I don't have the energy. No one was ever born with it, little one. You're smaller. Take advantage of that. Use your smarts. Attack. I measure the punch and surprise him. I strike with my other fist. Dave knows how to predict that. He always does. He puts exactly enough force into each blow, not to destroy me, but to make sure that I feel it. It hurts. Oh, I felt that. That's good. I'll never make it. Never. Everything takes time. If you can take punches, you won't make it. Half of this job is getting hit. And always. You need to know what a bad body feels like. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, stop. Oh no, I hate him. I want to punch him in the face. Hello, doll. You okay? How's your head? Does it hurt? You might want some powder. I'm sure I can help you find something. You know, I have a lot of medicine here. Damn, that wasn't a dream. I can't move too much. And that sweet girl. Instead. I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. The warehouse. It's probably somewhere in the lab complex. I'm sitting in a damn torture room. At least as long as I'm tied to a chair. Tightly clasped hands behind my back and legs, I won't escape now. I can see that. That's good, that's good. Because I may need you, doll. How did you get here, huh? I'm just gonna pop off at him. You're sick, insane, degenerate. I'm on edge. In anger, I shut everything in my head. Terrified and powerless again. I promised myself I would never be in this kind of situation, without control at mercy. A freak. Maybe, no matter what the doctor says, everyone can be fooled, right? Tell me, what are you doing here, huh? Such a sweet girl. Because that's what matters, your truth. And how our cooperation goes, your fate depends on it. Remember, you're the one sitting in the chair of truth, not me. He's acting. I know it. I see it. He's purposely playing the mad scientist. Only the cold star reveals. It's just a mask. He's having fun. Not too bad. Too bad I'm not. I don't know where he can be easily outsmarted. I don't think he's easily outsmarted. I feel like he already knows, so I'm gonna tell the truth just out of curiosity. Good, I think you know that anyway. He smiles indulgently, stirs something in a syringe and continues to gloat. He's entitled to it, but it's sick. Talk, doll. I work for the agency. I was sent to Planchain, a girl who escaped from the lab. Is that all? Okay, I'll be honest with him. I was also supposed to find Dr. Murphy. You, I guess. And what does an agency want from me? Of course, I shrug my shoulders. I would shrug my shoulders. After all, they don't confess such things to me, and he knows it. They didn't tell me. I'm supposed to take you to them. How nice, you know. I don't think I'll go. Not because and not because it'll make a difference. It's just the agency is coming to me. Anyway, one of your agents is already waiting. He's my guest too, you know. Well, hopefully not. I have to ask. What's your plan? A plan? Everyone has a plan. Yeah, and so do I. That's a great plan. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you find out why Jane is the way she is and why I'm glad she's in the hospital. You're not going to say anything to stop me. Not because you're tired of it, because that doesn't matter. This is something that can't be stopped. What is he talking about? He's so damn confident. And why is he unstoppable? Did he declare war on someone? Relax, Carrie. We're gonna have a little talk later. I'll be back. In the meantime, go to sleep. I feel a sting, and the world melts away again. Oh no, what is going on? I don't know what he injected me with, but I feel like a ragdoll. He untied me from the chair and puts me on the backrest, with a rope around my neck. Oh no, what is happening? With extreme difficulty, I keep my balance. I feel the sweat running down my back. I drift away and regain my senses alternately, balancing on the edge. What I'm seeing right now, let's hope it's just a figment of my imagination. I'm drifting off to sleep again. A nightmare? Oh no, I can see him. I've got him in my crosshairs now. Did you take wind into account? The fallout of the bullet? Yes, obviously. Shoot. The bullet of the thuds perfectly into the target. The center of the shield hanging a few hundred feet away from the skyscraper. It's that simple, Dave? So why do I have to fight? I can take anyone down that way. You can, but it's not an achievement. You have to show respect. Remember the code? How could I forget? The lesson he installed in me. The lessons I carved so deeply into my brain that I could always quote. Rules. Do not kill those who are not in the target. You are not a murderer. You are a tool that eliminates, that serves your masters. Like a Ronin, a warrior who offers his service to those who deems worthy. In our case, it's the agency. After all, they work for the greater good. What else was there? Show respect. And many, many more. Oh, okay. The closer you are, the better a hunter you are. And that's all that matters. People like us. Not money or luxury, but being true to your character. Steadfastness, Karen. Uphold the rules. I don't understand. A knife to the neck? Dave always thought that was the best and truest form of taking a life. The closest to the victim, tangible contract. Difficult challenge and clean. That's why he treasures his knife so much, a souvenir from the army. It reminded him of who he was and where he was going. In some ways, he was inseparable from it. A ghostly voice wakes me up, the sound of a ringing phone. It shouldn't be here. I'm still in the madman's lab. I glance at the phone screen. Unknown number. I kind of want to answer it this time just to see what's happening. I press the green button. Hello? Give up. Give up because you don't stand a chance. You're a failure. You were given up a simple task and you lost. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I was doing what was needed. Excuses are excuses. Anyone who knows you don't deserve more. You can't. You're not suitable. And you won't be suitable. Is she right? Am I really that pathetic and hopeless? What could I have done better? It doesn't matter. Because of the way you are, you will always fail. Others and most of all yourself. I want to prove who I really am. To know that everyone is wrong. Because after all, I don't always lose. And even if I do, it's not worth crossing me off. Can I bounce back? Yes, I can. And this is exactly what awaits me. The way to the top, starting from Grayville. Okay. I tried to move, and I just can't. But I got the phone call a minute ago. Your greatest enemy lurks on the other side of the mirror. Always alert and ready. Subconsciousness. Is it possible to win with it? Well, yes. It's still the only thing you keep in your head, Karen. Everything you're afraid of shows up all the time. You can't make peace with the past, can you? The past will destroy you. I have to get out. I'm short on time. I don't know when he'll be back. Ooh, this sounds like a hard choice. Loosen the rope sounds like the best choice. Damn uncomfortable position. The chair is quite wobbly. In addition to the rope around my neck, my hands are tied together. Theoretically a no-win situation, but surely... I loosen the rope that ties my wrists. I am very careful not to fall off the chair. One wrong step and I'm hanging, literally and figuratively. I feel like the rope is rubbing against my skin. I clench my teeth and the pain just won't stop. And the pain is just a stop on the road to freedom. You're doing great, Karen. You're finally free. This madman? I don't even know what to call him. I'd never met anyone like him before. A high-functioning psychopath, a genius, an actor. Behind the sleazy guy's exterior is someone insanely dangerous. One shouldn't be judged by appearances. Is he purposely acting out such character, hoping to fool others? That he was avoiding suspicion aroused disgust, but not fear. I'll figure it out for sure. I take my jacket, my wallet. Obviously nothing is missing, although he had to look through it carefully. Does the fact that he knows my exact name cause any problems? Probably not. At least not new ones. I reach for the phone. I freeze. Shit, no signal. The room must be shielded, otherwise I would call the agency. You're on your own, Karen, as always. I reach for the knife. I tighten my fists on the handle. This looks horrifying. I cautiously walk out into the hallway. No one's here. Phew. I guess I'm luckier today. Hey little one, how are you doing? Like a genie out of a bottle, summoned by the touch of a knife? Or are there other reasons why he haunts me again? Probably the drugs are still coursing through my veins. There's no plan. I have nothing. I don't know who Murphy is. I don't know what he planned or how to stop him. I'm hopeless. This is not what you taught me. A no-win situation, but those are the best ones. Think things through, don't act in haste, okay? Figure it out, look around. There must be something here that will help you. Go ahead, Karen. If that's his advice, I have no choice but to follow it. I want to say thank you, but... He's gone. The door leads to the next room. It's probably where Murphy has his office. It would be quite natural and obvious for him to keep close to his burrow. After all, even though he's a top guy here, it's still a military facility. And some things need to be kept secret. What are you hiding, psychopath? I push the door open and slip inside. I have no plans to waste any more time. I need time to look around. Spooky. Oh, there's a thing there. I don't like that. The sooner I find something out, the better. I don't have much time. Murphy could come back at any time. Yeah, okay, I'll look at the computer. What could be the password here? I feel like that's what it's called, so I'm going to type that in. Damn, I probably would have found out more, but still, there's a lot of tips here. Oh, never mind. Reports about Jane. Report name, Jane. The first stable specimen of the Primal Predator Project. No behavioural changes into diurnal cycles. In the next ones, increased aggression and appetite, all according to assumptions. The specimen promises to be successful. Jane. Jane is the key. But what door does she open? Yeah, sure, read his notes. Notes. Must belong to him. The human species is headed for imminent extinction. The lack of natural predators and threats in causing a drastic decline in the quality of individuals. Already, Hargrove's research, which noted increasingly harmful mutations, is alarming, let alone my observations. The next generation, instead of eliminating the negative traits through evolution, further reinforces them. More and more defects appear. Damaged individuals still retain reproductivity capacity. That does not make me optimistic, given the lack of threats. We are facing extinction in the future. Unless qualitative evolution comes back into favour again, the Primal Predator Project looks promising. I have no idea what he's referring to, but it doesn't sound optimistic. More of like a dream of a sick madman. What have you done, man? What catalysm have you unleashed, and more importantly, how can I stop it? Sure. Report handwritten notes into margins. Dave Roram. White race. 45 years old. Special features? None. Agency man. Dave extremely calm. Strong, good genetic material for Primal Predator Project. What? Dave here? Oh right, the agency man. Who would they send if not him? And me, a student to finish what former master could not. No matter where he is, I will find him. It's the least I can do for him. I'm coming for you, Dave. Yeah, sure, that's about the sheriff. Random pages, same with source. Usually my nose told me where the interesting and important finds. I'll reach the first one. The sheriff continues to push my part of the deal. How much simpler it could be if he just needed the money. But no, he wants political support. I will continue to stall. He shouldn't make trouble. In a few months it won't matter. I doubt he will survive the first few days of the experiment. Not with his condition. I don't really understand much, except nothing good is happening here. And in a few months it'll be even worse. What does this even mean? Okay. We leave. I have to get out of here as soon as possible. Notify the agency. Whatever this project is the work of a madman. A man who will go to any length to achieve his sick goal. I know I have to stop Jane. Otherwise it will start with her. Evolution? Forcing humans to fight predators? Murphy wants to bring the apocalypse upon us. Oh, a dog! This is a lot more aggressive than the other dog. A growl jolts at my thoughts. Low, scratchy, terrifying. I freeze, turning around slowly. In front of me, barely a few feet away, stands a dog, dripping in saliva, growling. And bent legs, looks pretty damn aggressive. Oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Push him away. I get my hand ready to push the damn snout away. The animal proves too strong. One slam of my hand is gone. Blood gushed from the destroyed limb. I'm falling. The dog bites into me. Oh no! Oh dear. I'm dying. I see Dave's face and he's disappointed. I think he was hoping for more. Well, I failed. As always. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to replay this in a different stream. Jeez. Well, that's the ending I got this time. I didn't realize we could die that easily. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I guess we could... I'll do the other endings another time, I think, because I kind of want to space it out a bit and see what else happens. But like, damn, I didn't realize you could just die like that. Okay, I kind of want to, like, what I'll do is, I think I'll save now, and then I kind of want to play through all the different types of endings, because it seems like that's the case. So I might do a separate stream where I get to play through all of the different endings. So yeah, I will definitely be doing that. And I will try not to die next time. Interesting. Okay, cool. But yeah, I guess that is the end of today's stream. And I will see you again next Thursday, where I hopefully will survive this fiasco. So yeah, I will